Good morning, my fellow park enthusiasts. Good to be back for another stream. Now, we're going to be resuming where we left off last week, which is to say, we're playing Tango Swing Along. The stream I did on Friday was not super long, about 40 minutes of attempts, and we didn't get anything going during that time, so, you know, it just means still in the process of improving. Now, I'm not exactly sure how long today's stream is going to be. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see. We'll see how long I feel like doing the streaming thing. We'll see. Actually, something I'm curious about. Don't know how many vines there are. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there might be 7. Let's do a count. So this is vine number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. There's 8 vines. Okay. So, if we're talking about maximum precision here, I don't know exactly how precise the inputs are, but worst case scenario, I think this would mean 2, 3, 3, 7. I think we need at most 10 frame perfect inputs to get an ideal record, which does sound like a lot, but considering the fact that attempts are only, 5 to 10 seconds each, that shouldn't be an impossible task by any means. Now, I'm sure it would help a little bit more if I, were to examine the current records more closely to see exactly when I would need to jump to get, an ideal time. But I'm pretty much imagining that I should jump as low as I can. These times are still about half a second off from what I want them to be. Oops. Exited the game. They're still a bit off. They're ways off. But that's fine. Ah! Yeah, if I want to get a personal best, I'm going to have to start really pushing how low I can jump and still make it to the next vine. So definitely going to be seeing a lot of attempts where I jump too low rather than too high. At least if I can actually start to focus. Oh boy. My voice is pretty, I don't know if it sounds hoarse, but my vocal cords are a bit shot from a lot of yelling I did a couple days ago. It was not yelling in anger. It was a sporting event, Gotta show up and show out for the home team. It was fun. Going to stadiums is pretty crazy experience to have when when there's a lot of people, and definitely I don't know how to describe it, but the atmosphere is electric in a manner of speaking. Can't help but get caught up in it and get a bit carried away with shouting. That's what happened to me. Oh. Alright, alright. That one's no good, but maybe the next one will be. We'll see. It most likely won't. It'd be nice if I could really get the timing down for that very first swing. Ooh, darn. Darn. Maybe next one. Notice how the moon is like a shade of pink? Maybe it's purple. That's besides the point. I'm wondering why exactly the moon looks like that. What kind of smog is in the air that it is obscuring the moon in such a way that it appears to be a vibrant color like that? Oh no! Ah, I should... Should I still jump? Probably not. Man, I should have... Ah, that was a chance to get a personal best. I fumbled! Because I was so insistent on jumping under, but if I jumped from the last vine earlier, I definitely could have gotten a personal best. Most likely. That's too bad. But like I was saying, whatever's in the air, there's obviously some kind of smoke, some kind of fog. And I gotta wonder if it's toxic to the Pokemon's lungs. I mean, you think about it, and Pikachu doesn't really, isn't really built to handle, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is, but I do know that it doesn't look very friendly to the Pokemon here. And maybe some of the Pokemon will be fine with that. Maybe the ones who've lived here their whole lives, or maybe the ones that have, antibodies, like the poison type Pokemon, they probably would be fine. But whatever this haze is, it's causing everything to appear kind of a purplish hue. I feel like it's probably not good for Pikachu to be here. At least not for an extended period of time. Especially not exerting itself in an athletic event like this one. So I do have to be concerned for Pikachu's health, if I'm being honest. Oh man. In other news, I think my channel got another subscriber within the past week. That's big, right? Ah, it's okay. We'll keep continuing on if our attempt doesn't start out the best. Just want to get as much practice in as possible. Ah, that swing was no good. Well, things haven't been so bad in this streaming session so far. We had an attempt that could have been a personal best for us, but we released a bit too early on the last vine. Or, well, rather, the second to last vine that could have been the last vine. But then wasn't the last vine, and then when we did get on the last vine, I gave up too early. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wonder what kind of time I would have gotten if I had nailed that second to last jump. Or, well, the last jump from the second to last. You know what? Never mind. Oh, man. First one's easy to mess up on. I mean, all of them are. I don't know why I'm singling out the first one. I suppose it is the jump I'm making most frequently, since, you know, it's the first jump. Oh, man. Hope that all my viewers have been doing well. I know I don't have any, but if I become a famous streamer in the future, then maybe some of my viewers will come back to watch these earlier VODs like time capsules. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dreaming big. Speaking of big, uh, big things are happening in the speedrunning world. You see, Green Suigi plays Super Mario 64. Wow, got a 70-star world record yesterday, and I mean, that's needless to say, that's a huge achievement for anyone, but more so for him than anyone else because it secures the last of the major categories that he holds the record in for Super Mario 64. That's crazy. I mean, how good do you have to get at a game to dominate at the top level where there are so many players that they've been doing things at a high level for who knows how many years? I mean, with each new world record, you know, it becomes harder and harder to compete. I just couldn't imagine. That is super impressive. Those are some bright street lamps just up ahead. Never really paid attention, but perhaps it's the fog that's making them seem like they're really powerful. Definitely illuminating a bit through the fog. I'm thinking maybe today's stream will go till 12:30. I mean, I started way later than I really should have. I'm thinking that if this Friday stream doesn't start on time, I may just officially change the starting times of my morning streams. Because right now I have it set to 9 a.m. Hasn't been working very well ever since I came back to streaming. So I very well may have to reconsider my schedule. Oh boy. I can't imagine I'll be having too many long streams while I play this mini game. If nothing else, gosh, if nothing else, it's definitely repetitive. So I want to avoid getting burnt out here. At least not until I can make some kind of notable progress. Some kind of notable progress with my personal best. Oh, okay. A lot of high jumps. Not ideal. Gosh. Unrelated to anything of relevance, but I recently added a new case fan to my PC. It was a big hassle, a massive undertaking, you could say, just because I didn't take off the front panel of the case, and I really should have figured out how to do that, because trying to put the fan in without removing the front of the casing, because I wanted the fan to be an outtake fan and I wanted to put it on the front because all the space on the back was taken. Um, yeah, it's really hard to hold the fan in place while the screws go in, and it took way longer than I would have ever liked for it to. Um, Ah, darn it. But you know, got it done after a while. I'd like to think that I'm happy with the result. Hopefully I didn't actually mess up the airflow. We'll see. Time will tell whether my PC runs well. I'll have to give it a good testing later. Now, uh, maybe I'm not really giving credit to how hard streaming can be on a PC. You know, even a specially made gaming PC, because apparently gaming streaming setup takes a lot more out of you. I don't know what it is. You're something or other. To be honest, I don't know anything about computers, but it takes a lot of something. Whether that's your RAM or maybe it works your graphic. No, I don't think it's a graphics card. It's probably the RAM. Um, bum, bum. I remember when I was streaming a while back, and for some reason, the capture audio. Oh my gosh, that just fell short. The capture audio of my card, I think, uh, was like not working, and so all the game audio from Poke Park sounded really messed up. I can't remember which stream it was. Um, I mean, it was one of the Block Barrage streams. I don't know which one. But you could go back and you could listen to the audio, and it was so bad. I don't know why it was just that one stream, I think. It might have been multiple streams, I don't know. That was that was an era of mass confusion. I never really understood what was working and what wasn't at any given time. Even now I'm still winging it, but uh, I don't know. I'd like to think that I've gotten a little more used to the different setups here. Oh boy. I'm thinking about seeing if I can refurbish my Wii a little bit, because it's an old piece of junk, and I want to make sure it runs as good as possible for obvious reasons, you know, if I'm going to be playing on it a lot. Because I pulled it out probably, I don't know, between half a year ago and like maybe it's been a full year. I don't know. It's been a while. Um, it's been a while for sure. But before I pulled it out of my parents' garage, it was like, you know, it hadn't been used in probably 10 years. Yeah, at least 10 years. So I have to imagine that those initial runs were probably really tough on it. I probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, who knows? I mean, definitely had dust build up. I mean, it was in a box, so hopefully the box did a good job of shielding it from whatever elements were in that garage. I'm just glad it survived the move. Parents moved like 5 or 6 years ago, and yeah, some stuff did get lost. Stuff that I used to play with as a kid, and stuff that I'd probably still like to have now. I think I probably lost a few of my old games across the different consoles I loved to play as a kid. Oh my gosh, fell short again. Not that it would have been a personal best, I really doubt it. Anyways, on another unrelated note, I've been playing Monster Hunter Generations lately on my Nintendo Switch. I got a couple pals who I do weekly gaming sessions with. Been friends for a long time, and glad that get to stay in contact with them. Alright, after this attempt, let's take a short break. Okay, after this next attempt, I missed the timing on the first swing. Okay, well, that's good enough for me. Aside from my voice hurting, I've been doing pretty well over the weekend. I missed out on an old friend's birthday party. I wish I could have gone. I got a summarization of what happened though. They all met at his house and played some games. Games are fun. I love games. I'm playing a game right now. Is you get like something that's rejected from a dealership. It'll be filled with crud. The outside will be just coated in different kinds of mud. It's pretty satisfying. They've got pressure washers and steamers and all kinds of equipment that I don't really understand. But I mean, before and after looks great. Talking like you guys even know what videos I'm talking. And by you guys, I mean the 0 viewers I currently have. It's fine. It's fine. Well, if I am going to end the stream at 12:30, I guess I should get as much playing time in as I can before then. I have about 13 minutes, I guess. I might put on a little video in my headphones, in my earbuds rather. I have headphones in and I'm speaking from. I don't worry about my setup. I definitely know people who'd make fun of me for it if if they could see what I'm doing. All right, let's get back to working. Ah! Ah, I'm getting that a bit early. It's kind of worrying if I do get a good attempt up to that point. Oh man. Just watched it was a funny rant on a radio call about the Chicago White Sox. It's a bit outdated, but it's still very relevant if you know anything about Major League Baseball. I'm not personally a fan of the White Sox, but I do hope they can pull their team out of this massive rut they're in. Also, they need new management. I mean, there's no point in me saying it because everyone else is also saying it. Oh man. I just gotta lock in, get something done. Good grief. I obviously had something cooking earlier, but I kind of laid it to waste. It's okay. I'd like to believe that perhaps slowly but surely I am getting a little better. Maybe, possibly. I mean, I seem to be. Never mind. I won't make any observations. I won't make any observations about the way I've been playing because I actually haven't been paying very good attention, as much as I should have. Okay. Still jump. It feels better to jump too high than it does to jump too low, for obvious reasons. Can't continue an attempt where you jump too low, but that's okay. I think jumping low is probably a good sign, as long as it's not abysmal. When I jump too low, it at least makes me feel like I'm being more aggressive. And I definitely need to be playing aggressive if I want to bag a world record. Though even if I do get a world record, I imagine it'll be a tie because the current world record is already shared between two people. And for there to be a shared record between like 2 out of 10 entries, I get the feeling that they've probably gotten the record as fast as it'll go. Wait, that's not far enough? Oh my gosh. Nah. I'm just really worried that I'll get an attempt that does get far. And what'll end up happening is I just don't quite make it far enough on that last jump. Might be worth considering practicing that jump specifically. I do wonder how much time I'd really be losing if I end up jumping just a little too high and grabbing the vine. We'll see. We'll see if it does happen, but hopefully it doesn't. I just need to be alert when I reach the end of the course so that I don't fumble like last time I got far on a good attempt. We'll never know what that time could have been, but no matter. Just keep plugging away, I guess. It'd be nice to put in a new personal best at least. Haven't logged one since the first day I started streaming this minigame. Oh boy. Definitely a big no-name in the Poke Park community. I haven't gone so far as to introduce myself to their Discord or anywhere else. Just kind of been laying low for the time being. I wanted to at least wait until I figured out my streaming setups and, I don't know, had kind of an illusion that I could make a name for myself before interacting with other people, but it doesn't seem very likely. At this rate, I'd be lucky just to get a better placement in this category. This little Pikachu here. Oh gosh. Little Pikachu jumping on these electric wires or something. I really don't know what it is. Pikachu's grabbing onto. All these other Pokemon are latched onto. It must be safe for all these Pokemon because, I mean, if it really was electric, I feel like it would be shocking the less insulated Pokemon here. Speaking of recent events, I don't know why I say speaking of, it's not like we were talking about them just now, but there was that big fight between Logan Paul, or just Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Okay, that did happen. I suppose I did speak about the Green Suigi stuff. That was also recent, but this Mike Tyson fight, people were not happy about it. I didn't personally watch it, but I can definitely tell that things did not go swimmingly. At least not with the execution, what with Netflix being the sole host of the fight online, and well, Netflix streaming quality didn't seem to be too good from what I heard. Not to mention, fight itself, I heard wasn't very good. No knockouts. I actually don't like boxing at all. Not a boxing fan. It just watching it makes me recoil in pain. I mean, you see those people all bloodied up. They're trying to knock each other out. It just seems very, very unhealthy. But I can't hate on the boxers. I mean, it seems like you can nab a pretty good bag just from one or two fights. Probably the most profitable sport by event, on average, I mean, because obviously you have events that make you tons of money in some other places, other professions, other athletic professions. I'd be hard pressed to think of one. I mean, I don't know. Even if you win like Wimbledon, I don't think you're gonna get $20 million. Jeez. Although, who knows? Maybe from the ensuing brand deals you might nab if you win a tournament like that. Yeah, maybe it would be comparable to something like a big boxing match. Who knows? I mean, there's, big events like the World Cup. I don't know what the monetary value of winning that is, if anything. Besides, I mean, you got a much bigger staff with a sport like soccer. Obviously, you have more players on the field than you do in tennis, where it's either just you or a partner who plays with you. It'd be pretty interesting if tennis introduced triples. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you go to the World Series, then again, you still have to share with a lot of people. I mean, who knows? In team sports, you got to think about not just the players on the field, but the players on the bench. I mean, are they getting paid too? I'm sure they are. Well, I mean, I know they're getting paid salaries to be there, but more so, like, I wonder if they get any endorsements. Maybe from, like, their local places. I don't know. Honestly, I can't imagine being a big-name athlete. Because you get traded to different organizations, and I kind of wonder, how do athletes decide where they want to go? A lot of the times it seems like they just end up going to the highest bidder, but personally, I don't know if I'd want to go down that path, because, uh, at the point where you're making like millions of dollars a year, I feel like I wouldn't even care who I get traded to, because the difference between like, 4 million and 6 million just doesn't seem like that much. Seems like I'm living pretty darn well either way. I know. I like to think of guys like Shohei Ohtani, where I mean, you heard about his massive contract, 700 million over the course of 10 years. It's definitely a lot of money, but the way he agreed with the organization, the Dodgers, to delve it out over the course of his career definitely seems like he wants to do it in a way that benefits the organization the most, leaves them the most money to, invest in other aspects of building up their team. Because, I mean, I'm sure he wants to win, especially after being in the Angels for so long. And, I mean, look what happened. They got the World Series ring. But yeah, no, if I was a professional athlete, obviously I can't speak with any level of authority because I'm not an athlete, but I'd probably, rather than going to the highest bidder or going for the best salary, I'd probably want to go to the team that I feel the most passion towards, or I feel like I have the best chance of winning. Although not so ironically, the best teams often tend to be the ones with the biggest payroll. Who'd have thought? Anyways, while I was yapping about sports, it looks like we passed 12:30, which is when I said I'd wrap up the stream. I'll go for 10 more attempts. 10 more. I'd like to get some kind of new record. Alright, so that wasn't great, but I need to get used to jumping from that last vine in case I have an attempt that gets deep, but then goes a bit high on the last jump. I say goes deep, but it'd be like, a 5 or 6 second attempt. Deep in terms of, comparatively speaking. Okay, not the best jump out of the gate. It's okay. So this is attempt number 3, I guess. Attempt number 3. Let's see it. Alright, that seemed pretty good. That didn't seem very good, though. That seemed pretty meaty. Ah! Alright, there we go. Just gotta get that muscle memory down. This whole minigame feels like muscle memory. More so than other minigames, probably. Except for maybe Bulbasaur's Daring Dash and Dusknoir's Speed Slam. Those are one action repeatedly from start to finish. Sad to say, not very complex. At least with this game, you have swinging and jumping, which require 2 different actions. That's pretty exciting. 2 different actions. Is this attempt number 4 or 5? I'm going to say 5. But who knows? It could be attempt number 6, and I'm just stupid. Aw, oh, jeez. Yeah, who knows? It might take me a few weeks just because I'm a lazy kind of fella, but I'll fix up my Wii and hopefully that'll make it run a bit smoother, then I'll feel more I don't know. I still don't know how to deal with the input delay that I've dealt with when streaming my Wii gameplay. Definitely, I mean, I don't know. I've been trying out Dolphin Emulator for a week, like 2 weeks now, and I feel like it's been working with mixed results. I thought my PC would be running it better. I don't know. I built my PC for less than $1,000, although the caveat with that is that I got a free graphics card from an old friend of mine. When I got it from him, though, it was just covered in dust. like on the inside, on the outside, it's just the nastiest thing. I use some pressurized air. I have like one of those cheap little air guns that blows air. I got it specifically for this device. I could have gotten cans of air for cheaper, but I may end up using, you know, I may end up needing pressurized air in the future, so I figured the investment into the gun was worth it. It's just like a $20 little toy, basically plastic. That's besides the point. I feel like I got most of the dust out, but who knows what other issues it might have. I mean, it was running my friend's PC for years. So I should probably think about getting my own graphics card sooner or later, especially if I want to play any new gen games. Not that I have. Newest game that I have on my PC is Monster Hunter World. Well, not actually newest, but you know, most demanding. I do have games like Content Warning, which I think is newer. Um, Also have played, you know, Terraria, Barotrauma. Uh, those don't take too much power. I could run those on my laptop. My laptop probably wouldn't be happy about it, but I could run those on my laptop. Terraria, surprisingly, can run on some really low specs. I mean, I don't know about surprisingly. I mean, you look at the graphics, and it seems like it would be pretty simple. Especially considering it's like over a decade old at this point. Game was running on, you know, Xbox 360. Well, I don't know. The console versus laptop debate is probably not something that's been delved into before. How many attempts have I done? I don't know. Let's say I have 2 attempts left. I've probably gone up to the 10 already, so we'll wrap things up quickly. Oops. Alright, that was not the attempt. That was not the attempt. But maybe this one will be. If it's not, then we'll have to come back on Friday. Come back on Friday and pick up where we left off here. That was not a good jump. Hate to say it, that was not a good jump, and that's not a great landing. But you know what? Since it's the last attempt, let's go ahead and finish it. Oops, oopsie. I'd like to get a bit more speed so I can simulate that last jump. Oh, okay. Well, now we're on the last line. I was gonna say we could practice as many times as we want that last jump, but yeah, let's go ahead and finish the attempt. Let's just make it a tradition to finish the final attempt of every stream. Oh, I finished second. I was taking too long. But I mean, I crossed the finish line by the furthest amount. I don't know. Apparently 27 seconds is still good enough that you get the celebration music. That's pretty interesting. Also, the confetti. I love the confetti, but I do wonder who cleans all that up. I guess it's not my problem. Yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream. Nice chill stream. Not very long, but that's okay. Didn't need to be very long. Especially given the content. Just kind of throwing myself at a very short task for a good number of repetitions. That's going to be it. Please hydrate, take heart, and take care of yourself in the days to come. And join me soon for when I eventually get that new PB. It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen within the next 4 to 7 weeks. Maybe next week. We'll see.